All right. So the way we're going to do this is I want to go one-on-one with what's happening in real world. So for the next few races, we're just going to see the highlights until we get to the Belgium Grand Prix, which just recently happened. And then we're going to sim that, and then that's where the series is going to pick up again once real life starts racing too. So sit back and enjoy the compilation of the next few races.
Welcome along to Italy, and welcome along to Imola. After returning to the Formula One calendar in 2020, Imola is now home to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. This historic track's original outline might remain, but updates to the circuit ensure that racing here feels just as exciting in modern times. And it's an old school track with plenty of elevation changes and lots of corners. There's only one DRS zone here, but it follows the long straight right before Tamburello and should see plenty of action.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. But there's still everything to race for as we start the 6th round.
The weekend begins here. Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out if all that practice will pay off for the drivers.
This weekend we're running on alternative tyre allocation rules, meaning teams will be constrained by the tyre compounds they can use for each period of qualifying.
There, of course, we've got Nico Hülkenberg. How do you think he's faring heading into qualifying?
It's interesting because they weren't that fast in practice. I'm not sure if this was a lack of pace or just the team trying different things, but I imagine we'll see their true performance soon enough.
What does today have in store? Only time will tell. Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
Imola can really reward consistency, as Nigel Mansell showed here in 1992 when he became the first driver to ever win the opening 5 Grand Prix of a season.
Karun, what do you think of Logan Sargent's chances as we head into this race?
I'd say they're in a good place right now. It's pretty clear what the expectations for them were, and they've done well in meeting them head-on.
Meanwhile, in the grandstands, the red wave is swelling. Who will come out on top here in Imola? Here in Imola, the drivers are ready to take on the 63 laps of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Time for Oscar Piastri to show what he can do.
I think they could have been higher up than 20th, but let's see if they can move forward from here.
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. This is it, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
That's a crash. Stroll, be careful for debris.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Oh man, that was such...
The window is open.
Yep.
Please confirm what the tires are.
Tires are gone.
Understood. And box.
Copy, box.
Box. I'm happy to.
Now talk us through this one, Karun.
We see the Williams crew ready here. Oh, it's the rear left that's gone too loose though.
Something's not right.
Stand by that.
We think you can reduce lift and coast.
Copy, yes.
Let's use up the overtake.
Okay.
And this will be the last lap coming up.
Yes, okay.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner. And Verstappen finishes first.
What an amazing finish to a thrilling race. It's a real testament to their skill and the team's engineering.
Okay, checker flag. P10, buddy, nice work.
Really solid job there, mate. I think you did well.
The best we could have done. Well done, everyone.
We want to leave court, please.
Copy.
A really strong drive from Sergio Perez there.
That's a well-earned result. From the factory and on the pit wall, that's a podium for the whole team.
It's hugs all round for the team. In fact, they all deserve a pat on the back as well for everything that they've achieved. And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
6 wins now in this season, they're not flagging. A mighty impressive victory.
Well, Formula One certainly feels at home in Italy, and it looks like those three feel right at home too. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They didn't do too badly today. A pretty respectable outcome as far as they'll be concerned. But they need to keep pushing. They can't afford to sit back.
And that's about it for our time here in Imola.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco. Prepare yourselves for one of the most legendary rounds of the season.
All right, here we are for the Monaco Grand Prix. Let's get it.
Welcome along to one of the biggest weekends in motorsports, here in Monaco. F1 descends on Monte Carlo for the Monaco Grand Prix, a glittering show on the Riviera and a crown for whoever can emerge victorious here. Space may be tight and overtakes few and far between, but that won't stop the drivers battling until the end on this iconic street circuit. Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners. From the brake-heavy La Rascasse to the treacherous Sand of Ott, there are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. Red Bull finished in first place in the last race, with another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes. Can they pick up any more silverware for their cabinet this weekend? That's all here. Now back to the action. Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
Drivers need to get into Q3 if they want to make the top half of the grid. With only 10 slots available, it's a fight nobody wants to lose.
As far as Carlos Sainz is concerned, Karun, how do you think he's doing?
They must be feeling good after their fast lap times in practice. Confidence can do great things for a driver, so I'm excited to see how they handle qualifying.
And it's almost time for qualifying, and you won't want to miss that. The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
Monaco can hand out unpredictable results, just like in 1982, when 4 race leaders hit trouble. Riccardo Patrese eventually claimed the win after managing to restart his stalled car by himself with a downhill bump start. And the weather today is sunny. These are ideal conditions for the drivers to shine.
So as the drivers prepare to weave their way around the streets of Monaco, you have to think there'll be twists and turns aplenty. The streets of Monte Carlo are ready as the drivers prepare for the 78 laps of the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's always an entertaining race when Yuki Tsunoda is involved.
It's going to be difficult for them. P18, that's going to be tough to make an impression on the race from there.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. It's time for one of the most exciting races in the world. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Just use the overtake. Okay, we are low in the pack.
It's got to be.
What just happened?
Okay, that's red flag, red flag.
Can't believe this.
Now this was at turn 1. Tries to get by.
It was
Oh,
Sargent.
that's quite an impact between them. That will have knocked their confidence, I'm sure.
Why did Sargent push forward on the man in front? This kid. Unless they gave Nico the penalty. Who they gave the penalty to? 3 minutes after restart, 100% rain. Oh, that was Albon? That wasn't Sargent? Oh, Sargent, I'm sorry. Albon, what were you thinking? Hulkenberg, that's payback for what you did to us a couple races ago. But Albon, oh, it's raining.
After a pause in this race, we are all set and ready once more. It's lights out and away we go.
It's raining. Oh my God.
First tire wall. Be careful on start finish. A lot of debris. You okay?
All good.
Sargent crashed.
Something's not right.
Sargent crashed. Oh, Sargent. You freaking crashed, bro. I'm tired of car.
Clear on pit exit.
We're retiring the car.
Box, box. Box, box. We'll retire the car. Can only apologize.
It's not your fault.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner. And there's the checkered flag. Max Verstappen is our winner.
All credit to the team for the car they've put together. But without that incredible and consistent driving, it'd all be for nothing.
Dear oh dear, what a disaster of a drive for Logan Sargent.
That was a bitterly disappointing retirement. The team certainly wouldn't have wanted their race to end this way.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
It almost feels like it doesn't need saying after a 7th win, but another stunning performance today.
Always a special occasion here in the incomparable Monte Carlo. They'll be pushing the boat out here tonight, no doubt. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race. But how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They'll be disappointed. Neither driver really shone here, it has to be said, and there's quite a bit of work to be done, but they'll be well aware of that.
And thank you everyone for joining us this weekend here in Monaco.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
All right, here we are for the Spanish Grand Prix. That was a tough race. The last couple. The Monaco race didn't go that well. So, yeah, let's get ready for the weekend.
Thank you for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix here in Barcelona. The Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya is familiar to every driver, with F1 and Junior Series often racing and testing here. It's a proving ground for aerodynamics, so many new car parts are brought to Barcelona to see how they can handle the track. Barcelona is a tricky circuit to balance. The technical corners demand high downforce, but that means adding stress to tyres and potentially limiting race strategies if teams go too far.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. But that could still change with so many rounds left ahead of us.
Now let's get the weekend underway. Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Teams often bring upgrades to Barcelona, so the qualifying order could be a little shaken up. Cars need to be well balanced in both high and low speed corners to set a good lap here.
Karun, there's Yuki Tsunoda. How would you describe things for him at the moment?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
Well, it's almost here. Qualifying coming up soon. The time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived.
Barcelona is a circuit with plenty of history under its belt. It was here, after all, that multiple world champion Max Verstappen secured his very first F1 victory back in 2016. We've been having sunny weather here today, but there are some clouds looming that might complicate things for teams further down the line.
And there are going to be some tough calls to make in Catalonia today. So let's see who makes the best ones for the Spanish Grand Prix. The stage is set here in Barcelona as we get ready for 66 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix. This could be an important race today for Lance Stroll.
Starting outside the top 10 is a disappointment. Getting through the midfield will require some creative strategies.
But just what will happen here, your guess is as good as mine. One of the oldest races on the Formula One calendar. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
No! No!
Yeah, okay.
I'm fine.
Right then, we can take a look now. Now Alex Albon is part of this.
Are you serious?
Now there's an inviting opportunity there. Has to be said, that was pretty risky. The teams will no doubt be very keen to establish the full extent of the damage.
Are you serious?
And for the crew watching on in the garage, that really must have been a hard one to take. 2 secs, there's been a crash.
Come
Like
on, really?
It's like pinball out here.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
We're gonna have to retire Albon's car. I don't want to waste these parts. He's already too far back. His gearbox is about to go. Sorry, Albon. Gotta do it, mate. Gotta do it. Second retirement in a row for Albon. Damn it.
And we'd like to box at the end of this lap. We need to retire the car.
Sorry.
Rear wing is gone. Big chip in my rear wing, man. Sorry, Alvin. Look at the rear wing. I'm sorry. Sucks, man. Sorry. Sergeant, it's all up to you now. Let's get it.
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Copy.
Need some recharge.
Copy.
Big crash, watch out. Debris head, turn 4-5.
Oh no. Another crash.
Right, so this was the fourth corner.
Both
Not a lot
Mercedes
of wiggle
today.
room here. And the impact on the car, it's quite clear. And that won't do their confidence any good.
That looks like Hulkenberg was not giving them any room.
And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
What? Okay. Oh, it's Magnussen. Okay. Look at that. Haas's, or them Haas's, I swear they dirty. Both of them got a penalty. And Sonoda hit Albon on the beginning. Man. It's crazy out here. Oh no, it's another crash
And there's
again.
been quite a
We're
crash.
lap 7. Oh no, both Alpines. Oh my.
Other contact.
What is going on? What a sloppy day. Touching gearbox last in the race. It's not in the 20s like Albon was. And I think his car is damage free. I think he's good.
Don't worry about it.
I just want to say, Sargent is doing his thing right now. He is doing his thing right now. Look at him going against Hamilton, 7-time drivers champion. Look at Sargent, looking like he's a champion himself. Yo, Sargent, like, this guy is so inconsistent, but when he's on it, he's on it. Woo, let's go. Look at Sargent. Look at
We
Sargent.
should be able to take a look here. Now here we are tackling turn 3. The opportunity's there. And as a result, 8th place is theirs.
Back on tires, one capacity.
I can feel my tires are getting slightly worse, mainly rear axle.
Copy, box. Box, Logan box, and P confirm.
Yeah, copy box. Something's not right.
I got the message. I'll come back to you.
Okay, what's wrong? What's wrong? Okay, you're 34. You're still good for this race. We'll replace you for the next race. Just keep racing. You're doing good. You're in P12. You're impressing me. What just happened? Sergeant
Are
crashed.
you okay?
All good. I'm in the wall.
Let's take a closer
Sergeant
look.
crashed. Sergeant
Right, let's
freaking
have a look
crashed,
as we
bro.
go into
Look
turn
at him.
4.
I can't. Look at him.
And that's the
Tokyo
moment the car
drifting all out
plows
here.
into the wall. And they'll definitely be facing a few questions from the team after that. The team glued to the monitors and watching their hopes crumble away.
I think. I can't.
Okay, checkered flag. Checkered flag. P16 on target. Good job.
Yeah, good job. Thank you, guys.
I can't give Sergeant credit
And
because he
there
just.
it is, the
he just-
Dutchman, Max Verstappen,
makes me eat
has
my
taken
words.
first.
After that performance, there's
Max
no
gonna win every
doubt that
damn
they
race
deserve
this
their
year.
spot at the top of the podium.
Okay, that is checkered flag. So you P16. I think that was a solid race, mate.
I truly gave it everything I had there. I really appreciate this weekend, guys.
I'll be honest now, it'd take a real optimist to find anything good about Alex Albon's race.
Having to retire early will no doubt be a bitter disappointment. But today is done and it's all about looking forward.
A podium finish for the Red Bull driver, putting in a huge amount of effort to get the team up there.
Taking their 8th win of the season, there's just no stopping them.
And by the looks of things here in Barcelona, the party's only just beginning. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And with that, our time in Barcelona is done.
For the next round, the teams are travelling to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
All right, here we go for the Canadian Grand Prix, eh? Just kidding.
Formula One has arrived here in Quebec, and we're excited to get underway. On a man-made island in the heart of Montreal is Canada's Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. This unique track circles the outline of the Ile Notre Dame, giving plenty of challenges to our drivers between the tight corners and a long final straight. Gilles Villeneuve is a quick, free-flowing circuit in parts, with a stop-start aspect thrown in for good measure around the chicanes and hairpin bends. Medium-speed downforce will play a large part in avoiding the wall of champions and ensuring success at this iconic track. In the last round, Max Verstappen flew to victory, the Dutchman proving that he can be absolutely unstoppable when he's in such fine form. Sit tight then for the rest of the action. We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
The Circuit Gilles Villeneuve isn't a permanent track, so circuit evolution is high over the Grand Prix weekend. Overtaking is possible, but getting a well-timed lap in qualifying will help any driver.
Charles Leclerc has been a talking point for many of late. Karun, how do you think he's doing so far?
They had an excellent performance in practice, setting a solid lap time. They must be feeling confident. But confidence doesn't necessarily mean success in Formula One.
Well, we're certainly ready in the commentary box. The drivers are getting ready down in the pit lane, and it's time for qualifying. Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
Named after the legendary Canadian driver, the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve has been host to plenty of first-time winners. Jean Alesi, Lewis Hamilton, Robert Kubica, and Daniel Ricciardo all got their maiden victories here. And the weather is sunny here today, apart from a few clouds. Let's hope they remain scattered on the horizon.
And each team will be hoping that fortune is on their side. So bon chance to them and their drivers for this Canadian Grand Prix. 70 laps of the Canadian Grand Prix await our drivers here in Montreal. A chance to see just what Charles Leclerc can achieve here.
They've got a fantastic opportunity starting on pole, but can they carry it through to the end?
But just what will happen here, your guess is as good as mine. The drivers are ready and raring to go. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Just use the overtake.
Copy. Oh, he's had a big lockup on the front.
Head down.
I can't anymore.
Head down.
The window is open.
Yeah, copy.
Let's reduce lifting close.
Yeah, copy.
That's a crash. Be careful on start finish. A lot of debris.
Who crashed?
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Oh, Sonoda. That's so interesting. That's the same spot.
I'm an idiot.
That's the same spot Russell did in real life too during the Canadian Grand Prix this
And
year.
not much that the team can do about that one.
Safety car. Safety car. Keep delta positive.
Copy.
Keep your tire in temperature. All four wheels. Safety car in this lap. Get ready for restart.
Copy.
Okay, there's a big crash.
Oh no, another one.
There's probably a lot of debris on the start finish.
Stroll took out Verstappen.
Unbelievable.
And I think Stroll crashed, so be careful. Just remember in the main.
Stroll took out Verstappen. And then he crashed into the wall, leave it.
No.
What the hell? What an idiot.
Red flag.
What?
Along the straights here.
What?
And ends up making
Dang.
contact with the barrier. Thankfully though, they come away from that unharmed.
So many crashes this year. Crazy.
And look at the team
Well,
there.
red
They all
flag.
knew what that moment meant.
This is basically a sprint now. Okay. Yeah, this is basically a sprint. Oh, we sprinting. Oh, we 100% going for this. Albon, you taking the softs? Sergeant, you taking the softs? We going 100 to the wall for this. That's crazy.
We're ready to get this race underway again.
Let's try to get some spots here.
And it's lights out.
100%.
And away we
Send
go.
it. Send it.
Let's close this gap.
Send it.
Reduce flag for roll.
Copy.
Both of you guys, send it.
Use the overtake.
Good.
So 3 laps to go.
It's critical we overtake.
Okay.
Come on.
Copy.
Come on, both of y'all send it. Let's go.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Now this is Logan Sargent. The opportunity begging to be taken. And ahead goes Logan Sargent.
Come on, Albon. Get us some points, baby. Get us some points. Come on, Albon.
So that's 2 laps to go.
Good pass. Good pass. Sergeant, how you doing? You're 13. Let's go. Verstappen's in front of Sargent. If Sargent passes Verstappen,
We're making progress.
yes, we are, sir.
Well done.
Currently
Look at-
P10.
Right
Look
there.
at Sargent
We can take a
competing
look
with
now.
Verstappen.
Now Alex Albon is part of this. There's the opening.
They're madmen right now.
And Alex Albon completes the move.
I just need 4 good laps, 3 more laps, guys. Look at Albon. Look at Albon. The Williams, baby. Of course it failed. You're trying to take Verstappen. Look at Albon, though.
Nice.
This is good.
Let's see what happened there.
Hell yeah, this is
It
good.
was the Williams driver we see there. The gap opens up for them.
Albon's so aggressive. I love it.
And the Williams goes past.
Look at Sargent, though, trying to come up. Verstappen. Sargent's that dude. He's almost at peak. Is Albon at peak? Albon's not even close to him.
Here's the
Sargent
replay.
passes
Here we are
Verstappen.
then at the 11th corner. It's there for the taking. Up to 12th and sniffing at those points places.
Come on, hold it together, guys. Last lap, baby.
Currently low on pack.
Shit.
Yep.
So what DRS?
Copy.
So 1 more lap.
Hold him off, Sergeant. Hold him off. You got to defend.
Keeping behind.
Yeah, screw Verstappen. Let's go, baby. Look at Albon. He's all up on Ocon's ass. And Sergeant holding off Verstappen. Albon DRS is open.
No.
Head down.
Now we can see what happened.
Verstappen just said,
Now we're watching
move, mate.
Max Verstappen here.
Okay, that's a Red Bull. He tried, though.
It's certainly inviting.
Oh, you let him on the inside. That's why. Oh, you could have had him. I got to teach him. His racecraft got to be a little bit
Verstappen
higher.
says thank you very much.
But he should block out Stroll or Alonso, who's ever behind him. Who's behind him? Stroll. Hopefully he can block out Stroll. Look at Albon. So close. Good race, Albon. P9, baby.
Okay, that's the flag.
I didn't want to see the race winner this time. I thought he was going to say something else. He didn't. So just ruined it. Oh, well, good job, guys.
Now, I think it came together pretty well for Alex Albon today.
It was a really good drive. A nice finish in the points. I imagine the team will be very happy with that.
And the talented veteran rounds off another great drive, adding to his impressive F1 podium tally.
Their first win of the season, and the team looking on will be very proud, I'm sure.
Plenty of smiles for the cameras as the drivers can let off some steam here in Montreal.
Great race.
Now,
What a
Karun,
race.
no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race. But how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there, though.
Whatever. I tend to
That's
disagree.
it for this
That was a good
weekend's
week for
F1
us.
action here
That
in
red
Montreal.
flag helped us.
Next time, the teams will be forging ahead at full throttle through the Styrian forest. The Austrian Grand Prix is right around the corner.
All right, it's time for the Austrian Grand Prix. Let's get it.
Welcome along to the spectacular setting of Austria. The hills are alive with the roar of F1 cars as we arrive in Spielberg's stunning natural surroundings. Fans have already filled the nearby campsites, and it's going to be a busy weekend here at the Red Bull Ring. Spielberg's challenges are all about overtaking. The DRS zones here mean passing is very possible, especially if your tyres are in a better condition than the next cars. But get caught out having to manage less than fresh tyres, and you could be a sitting duck.
This weekend will be taking a slightly different form as we have the addition of a thrilling sprint race thrown into the mix.
Let's get on with the weekend. Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
Just like normal qualifying, the session this weekend will be divided into Q1, Q2 and Q3, with the best times determining the grid for the sprint.
As far as Carlos Sainz is concerned, Karun, how do you think he's doing?
We saw them set an impressive lap time in practice, so it's a great start as they move into qualifying. But as we all know, a good performance in practice doesn't guarantee success over the rest of the weekend.
Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage. We're back and the action is set to get even better today as the drivers go racing in the sprint. And whilst qualifying has already established today's starting grid, the results of the sprint will determine the lineup for the Grand Prix itself.
Of course, when it comes to a sprint, it's not just about setting the grid for the Grand Prix. The drivers will be fighting hard to gain valuable championship points.
So who will reach the peak and who has a mountain to climb here at the Austrian Sprint? We're ready for 24 laps around the Red Bull Ring in what should be a great sprint.
Drivers certainly don't shy away from overtaking on this circuit, meaning we should be in for a hotly contested competition here in Austria.
Forget the scheduled pit stops today, it's all about racing. Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint.
Austrian sprint, baby. Let's get it.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
You got it, big
Drop it.
Keep the head down. Keep the head down. Don't know what we have left.
Come on, Sergeant. We gave him the inside. That happens. That happens.
Big crash, watch out.
Oh no, oh no.
Debris head, turn 4-5.
The Mercedes. My favorite team. Oh no.
Okay, plenty of space.
You always say that.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
What is going on with Mercedes, man? Like, that's my favorite team. Just like Hamilton running for Russell. Ooh, Toto, what you doing over there?
Contact at turn 1. Debris ahead at turn 1.
What the?
Well, Hamilton just not having a good race. Oh, Bottas got the penalty for that.
And Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win. Carlos Sainz with the sprint victory here.
Good job, Sainz. Ugh, bad race for us, bad race.
And their hard work is rewarded with maximum points.
Today's sprint has left Alex Albon without any points.
They'll be disappointed to have not even finished the sprint here today.
Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
4 years on from the circuit being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, Max Verstappen became the first driver to bring an eponymous car to victory here in 2018. A sunny day here with only a few clouds in the sky. If things stay this way, the weather shouldn't pose any challenges to the teams.
And Austria is always full of surprises, so who knows what lies in store here at the Red Bull Ring. Here among the Austrian mountains, the grid is now set for the 71 laps of the Red Bull Ring. The composure of Fernando Alonso, really clear to see.
It's a second row start there in P4. The trick will be not to slip backwards because there are plenty looking to capitalize.
And it looks like we're good to go. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Overtake if you do. Thank you.
Overtake is available if needed.
Robbie.
So here we go, heading into turn 1.
Oh,
Not a
come
lot of
on.
wiggle room here.
Come on.
Has to be said, that was pretty risky.
Okay, that's red flag, red flag.
So let's take a look at the replay. Now this was at turn 1, with not much room to move. And
Ooh.
there, the cars make contact. And I don't think there's a lot of doubt as to which car came off worse there. As for the team back in the garage, that was a tough moment to watch. We're set once more, and soon we'll continue this race. It's lights out, and away we go.
I think we could reduce lift and coast.
I heard something. What happened? I heard a crash. It's Bottas. What? We just started.
Oh dear, a crash. There's been a crash.
What is going on? This is insane. We just started.
That's a VSC. Close on the Delta.
Yep.
VSC endings.
Yep.
What happened now? What
But
happened
this
now?
is what happened. Now we've an incident here. Kevin Magnussen, it looks like. Right, let's have a look now. Around turn 3. They decide to give it a go.
I think it was a different replay he's talking about.
And Esteban Ocon is able to climb up the pack.
Can use the overtake.
What's wrong with Albon's car? Suspension.
The window is open.
Copy.
Look at Sargent in front of Albon right now.
No.
Keep pushing.
Albon about to pass Sargent right here. Yep, don't hit each other, guys. Don't hit each other. There you go. Good job.
Okay, we want to increase lift and coast.
Copy.
Guys, don't
Lift
battle each
core
other.
increase, please.
Sargent,
Yep, copy that.
don't fight your teammate, please. Blood pressure tires 51. Oh, Sergeant, you have pressure tires. Bro. Okay, I see why you're doing that. Okay, well then, yeah, do your thing. Albon's about to get ready to come in for his pit stop. Next lap. All right, let's get Albon the box.
Okay, so boxing this lap.
Yes, the key box.
You can close up.
Box.
Yeah, copy. Be close on exit. Okay, back off.
Okay.
And box, box.
Yeah, copy in. Pit entry.
Copy, copy. Watch out for Leclerc.
Further rain expected.
Yep.
It's coming. It's going to be wet.
Now here, we're taking turn 6. Now there's an inviting opportunity there. And the impact on the car, it's quite clear. Who was at fault? Well, there'll definitely be fingers being pointed.
Crazy. Ferrari. Oh no, Verstappen at fault. Alright, so the rain is going to be coming, and so let's just go ahead and burn these tires up. Let's go.
So it's raining, just watch out.
Copy.
Maybe rest red, go safety car.
What happened? Oh,
Nowhere to go.
that was definitely the Aston Martin's fault. Perez didn't have.
It's time to pick up where we left off as the race restarts.
Oh no, 1.5 should have been intermediates. Oh no, rip.
And it's lights out.
I hope it
and
goes up.
away we go.
Yeah, it's gonna go up, so we good. We should be good. Right here, I don't know. I don't know what I just did. I just took a risk because I saw lap 40. It says
Don't worry, don't worry.
it's fine. It's fine.
You can afford to drop back.
Copy.
It's getting more rain. No, you know what? I don't care.
Like to reduce light cool.
Copy.
We're not boxing this lap. We
So-
need to retire the car.
2 and below
Sorry.
is still.
And we've had a crash on track. And Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win. I'll be honest now, it'd take a real optimist to find anything good about Alex Albon's race.
They'll be very disappointed to have had their race end early. No driver wants that to happen, but now they just have to look forward.
And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
And that's win number 1 of the season, and it's sure to provide them with a real confidence boost.
Well, there were mountains to overcome here in Austria, but those 3 managed to climb to the top. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
It's not been the greatest weekend. Both drivers need to step up and show what they can do, and the team have to be there to support them.
And that's it for this weekend here in Austria.
For the next round, we're heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula One.
All right, here we are, about to start the British Grand Prix. Let's get it.
Welcome and come on in to the home of British motor racing. It's Silverstone, where the Formula One World Championship began back in 1950. And this historic high-speed track remains a challenge for our drivers' courage and determination to this very day. Silverstone demands a lot of power from cars with numerous twists and historic turns. Downforce is going to be a key factor to manage if teams want to succeed here. The previous race saw Carlos Sainz top the podium after a tremendous drive. Can he maintain his winning ways with another good outing this weekend? What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell. Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
The high-speed corners at Silverstone are a great challenge for the cars and drivers. The technical Sector 1 rewards strong mechanical grip, while high-speed aerodynamic efficiency will come into play in the final two sectors.
Now, Karun, you and I were actually just talking about that man there, Max Verstappen. How do you think he'll be feeling today?
They set a great lap in practice, so you can only imagine how good they're feeling going into qualifying. But the big question is, will they be able to keep this performance up?
Here we go, folks. It's time to get started. It's race day, with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Silverstone is certainly a circuit rich in Formula One history. From Giuseppe Farina winning the first championship race held here in 1950, right through to Lewis Hamilton's 2008 masterclass on racing in the rain.
Karun, what do you think of Logan Sargent's chances as we head into this race?
I'd say they're in a good place
What
right
is
now.
Logan's head
It's pretty
doing?
clear what the expectations for them were, and they've done well in meeting them head on.
This is sure to be quite the spectacle then, and we've got a front row seat for today's race here at Silverstone. The British Grand Prix is nearly upon us, the drivers composing themselves on the grid ahead of 52 laps around Silverstone. Here's a determined Sainz lining up on the grid.
It's a P2 start for them, an excellent opportunity, and no doubt they'll be looking to grab it with both hands.
So let's see what today has in store, shall we? Anticipation is high, and the drivers are ready for this. The British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Happy to use overtake.
Yes, copy.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Oh no.
We've got a yellow flag here.
What happened? Oh.
What the is this?
Nice.
The window is open.
Okay.
Alonso has done it! Fernando Alonso is today's Grand Prix winner.
Let's checkered flag. Checkered flag.
Checkered flag ahead of you. The 11.
Really solid job there, mate. I think you did well.
It's not the end of the world. Thanks for getting the car ready.
Well, we've lots to talk about today. For the moment, though, there's Zhou Guanyu. And that man up there is certainly no stranger to an F1 podium. Always great to see Fernando in the top three.
What an excellent way to take a second win of the season with a composed performance today.
Well, we might be in Britain, but our podium finishers won't be celebrating with a cup of tea tonight. They'll be staying true to Formula One tradition. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They did okay today, I'd say. I mean, we're talking about such a competitive field, and all things considered, the drivers did all right.
And here in Silverstone, the weekend now draws to a close.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula One will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
And oh dear, that's Max Verstappen.
What?
It's the Red Bull driver. But oh, they can't avoid making contact.
Rip to Max winning now. He's still in front after crashing. That car is amazing.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Okay, that's checkered flag. Your P17. I think that was a solid race, mate.
I truly gave it everything I had there. I really appreciate this weekend, guys.
Okay, check a flag. P12.
Really solid job there, mate. I think you did well.
I don't think I could have done much more. Well done, boys.
These wet races are challenging this year. Whew.
Well, what a race that was. And there, of course, we see Lance Stroll heading in. And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
That's their 9th win of the season. I expect them to be showered with plaudits and more.
And as far as those three are concerned, well, they'll be leaving Budapest hungry for more. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They didn't do too badly today. A pretty respectable outcome as far as they'll be concerned. But they need to keep pushing. They can't afford to sit back.
And that then marks the end of our time here in Hungary.
Next time, the teams will be adding another year to the legend of Spa-Francorchamps. Anything can happen at the Belgian Grand Prix.
All right, here we are for round 13, the Belgium Grand Prix. Let's get it.
This weekend, we're in Belgium, in the picturesque province of Liège. Halfway through the season, it's too early to call the championship. Can teams make good before the summer break, or will they be hoping for a reset? Spa-Francorchamps should need no introduction. From the sweeping curve of Eau Rouge and Radion to the flat-out descent through Pouon. This is just over 4 miles of wonderful racing wherever you look in the Belgian countryside.
It's not a usual F1 weekend though, with qualifying brought forward to make way for an all-out sprint race which will decide the grid for the Grand Prix.
So, let the weekend begin. The race weekend continues. Here we are now at qualifying.
Just like a normal race qualifying session, drivers will battle it out for their starting grid positions, but this time it'll be for the upcoming sprint.
Karun, how do you think Logan Sargent's going to be feeling at the moment?
They weren't as quick as I expected them to be in practice. They'll want to land better lap times than that today to earn a solid position on the starting grid.
Fortunately for us, it's nearly time for them to hit the track. Welcome back as the drivers gear themselves up for today's sprint, the results of which will determine the grid for the Grand Prix. The sprint kicks off the racing action for the weekend, a 100-kilometre battle to set the grid for the Grand Prix.
It's not only the starting grid decided here though. The top finishers in the sprint have the chance to score crucial championship points.
Well, teams will need to be clever. There's no time to relax. It's the sprint around Spa. 15 long and challenging laps await the drivers in today's sprint here at Spa.
And once the lights go out here at Spa, the attention will shift to the first corner, a turn that has seen its fair share of dramatic incidents over the years.
Well then, folks, it's time to get going. Here we are, the sprint around Spa-Francorchamps. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Use overtake if that helps.
Yeah, copy.
Let's reduce lifting coast.
Okay.
You can increase the pace.
Yeah, copy.
Like to reduce like cool.
Copy.
Make sure you lose some energy.
Yep, copy that.
It's critical we overtake.
Yes, copy. How many laps do you have?
We started the last lap.
Yep, copy.
I was trying to get it. He said we started the last lap. Look at him getting it. Album is pushing his car. I don't think he's gonna have it though. Four or five more turns. There's no DRS zones. Gasly is defending very well. Oh,
Max
shit.
Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Please, please.
Copy that, Sergeant. One pay attention to you.
Let's
Good.
increase lifting coast.
Copy.
We need to get into some lift and coast.
Yes, copy.
He didn't make it. Good try though, Album.
That's the flag.
That's P11.
Really solid job there, mate. I think you did well.
It's not the end of the world.
Second flag. That's P12. On target. Good job.
I truly gave it everything I had there.
Not bad, Sergeant. Not bad, Album.
No points means Logan Sargent leaves empty-handed after today's sprint.
Look, today's strategy certainly didn't work for them, but they have time to revisit and re-strategize for next time.
The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane ahead of today's race.
Motor car racing didn't have the best of starts at Spa-Francorchamps. Only one driver registered for the very first car race back in 1921, so a motorbike race replaced it instead. Times have changed, and now Spa is a solid fixture on the F1 calendar.
Karun, as far as Williams are concerned, what's the mood in the garage been like this weekend?
To be honest, I think they'll be feeling great. The mood amongst the team has been very strong recently, and they'll be hoping to deliver again today.
Well, this may well be another Belgian Grand Prix for the ages, so stick around and find out how it all ends. We've got 44 laps ahead of us here in Spa as we get ready for the Belgian Grand Prix. Zhou Guanyu will know exactly what's expected of him in this race.
It's going to be difficult for them. P18, that's going to be tough to make an impression on the race from there.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. Get ready, it's the Belgian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Push to close this gap.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
To use the overtake.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you okay?
All good.
Now this was on the straight, and you can see how tight it is. Oh, that's quite an impact between them. An unfortunate moment, yes, but as any driver
Sergeant
will know,
locked up.
this is an unforgiving sport. And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but
Logan.
watch on.
Safety car. Close to the delta.
Yep.
So just keep it.
It was the Williams driver we see there. Pushing a bit too hard at this point. Oh, and the car's there, unable to keep out of each other's way.
I need
Now that
drivers
had the
that can
potential
push.
to do some real damage, given the nature of that collision.
Logan. Since we have a safety car, let's go ahead and put him on inters now.
Alex will box this lap.
Yes.
Oh,
okay,
he
box.
missed it.
Boxing for the inter.
Damn it.
Further rain expected.
Yeah. Box.
Copy.
Oh, I hope I didn't make a mistake here. Okay. My bad. P14. Okay.
I think the rain's coming down.
Copy.
Okay, back off.
Yeah.
We can start reducing lift and coast.
Copy.
Stuck at the edge.
And what a dreadful day it ended up being for the Williams driver.
Having to retire early will no doubt be a bitter disappointment. But today is done, and it's all about looking forward.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
And that victory takes them into double figures for the year. An incredible 10th win of the season.
And there you have it, a smiley podium lineup at the Belgian Grand Prix. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They'll be disappointed. Neither driver really shone here, it has to be said, and there's quite a bit of work to be done, but they'll be well aware of that.
And that is that for this weekend's F1 action here in Belgium.
For the next round, Formula One won't be straying too far. We'll be heading to the dunes of Zandvoort and the lightning speed of the Dutch Grand Prix.
Well, so this is coming up to the wrap up of the compilation of 8 different races to get to where we are in real life at this point, which is the Dutch Grand Prix next. So it's a summer break. So we have caught up. Hope you enjoyed the compilation of these last 8 races to file them in together. But before we go, let's check out our mid-season board review. We're on target. We're matching their targets, even though we have a bunch of we suck wet racing. Really got to work on that. It's not the strategy. It's just the incidences that happen during a wet race, like other drivers just crashing out and stuff. It's like this game has so much crashing this year. It's crazy. But I don't know if that's just the way the game is or what. But it's just like it's a challenge to just survive a race. Like, you survive a race, that's good. But if you survive a wet race, that's amazing. It's just, ugh. But anyway, board confidence is high, so they gave us an extra 1.5 million. That's good. And obviously, you see, August 25th will be the next race in real life, and it's actually August 1st right now as the recording of this video. So I'll probably come back once August 25th hits. Take a break from this game, play some other games until August 25th. Yeah, then we'll come back and get the race going again. So thank you for the support, and see you August 25th so we can see what happens on the second part of Cyber Johnson's role as a team principal for Williams. I'm thinking probably at the end of the season, if Mercedes comes to calling, Cyber Johnson is definitely going to put his money. Well, he is a multi-millionaire. Obviously, he's a co-owner of the Williams team right now. That's why he became team principal, like Toto Wolff did. But he's willing to. He still has enough money around. He hears Toto Wolff is thinking about retiring soon, and looking for someone to buy up Mercedes still. So Cyber Johnson has been in talks with Mercedes to maybe transfer there and become a co-owner in the team. He's probably going to put some of his money in the team like Toto Wolff did too. But Cyber Williams is thinking about putting $100 million into the team if Toto Wolff gives him that chance. So he's just working his experience up right now with Williams, since they're also a Mercedes engine manufacturer team. And if Alex Albon does good, maybe he might earn a seat once Cyber Johnson goes over to Williams. Goes over to Mercedes. And I don't know if that's a reserve driver, a second driver, or first driver. We'll see. But I like Albon. He has potential. He can't grow higher than probably 90. But he's just a good, solid driver to get you points. Like, on Williams, he's a good car 1. But on Mercedes, he would definitely be a car 2. Or if you got a good car 1 and car 2, he'll just be a reserve driver. But anyway, all right, so I'm talking too much. But anyway, so thanks for checking out this video, and I'll catch you again later in the next one. Cyber C out.